I had my first back surgery for herniated disc when I was 18 years old, and I had my second one when I was 36. I went to basically all the best PT places in LA. That one, came highly recommended, not just the ones my insurance sent me to. And I learned a lot of stuff, but ultimately I kept feeling like I was slipping back. And I couldn't really progress. Every time we'd get to an exercise, I'd hurt my back, and we'd say, okay, we'll skip that one. And just eventually ran out of exercises to do. I was just icing my back a lot and getting really weak. When I met with Dr. D and started doing the Premier Body method, of course I was skeptical, but he set me up with a series of warm-up exercises that I did every day. And long story short, kind of like a stroke patient relearning how to talk, I relearned how to do every movement I do in my life from the ground up. In about a year or so, I was shocked that not only was I not in as much pain, I was actually progressing, and I was starting to do workouts again. I was lifting weights and everything. And with my daughter being born, there was a total chance that I was just gonna not be able to be the dad I wanted to be, not be able to pick her up, not be able to play with her. And as it turns out, because of the Premier Body method, I have to be conscious of every movement that I'm doing, but I also now have the information and the skills to go about, work my job, be with my family, keep healthy, keep exercising, and have a great quality of life, which otherwise, I feel like I'd probably be, laid out, worst case medicated. And it's really been the most amazing thing ever. I think on my first meeting with Dr. D, he told me a lot of times the athletes he works with tell him that their injury was ultimately the best thing that ever happened to them. And I have to say that, I have a relationship with my body that never existed before. I'm able to kind of see from day to day, how far can I push it? What's the right thing to do now? And sometimes I just have to choose not to do something that I might want to do, or that if I were perfectly healthy, I might do otherwise. But given the level of pathology in my back and the amount of disc degeneration, everyone's just kind of amazed at what I have been able to accomplish and at the quality of life that I have. So ultimately, this is something I recommend to everybody, and I can't imagine there's really that many injuries, especially back-related, neck-related, spine things, that this doesn't totally help with. He really teaches you how to lock down the most precious part of your body and use those strong muscles that we usually neglect to get all the work done. And it's a little bit of a process, but I was shocked that in a matter of a couple weeks, it was already getting better. And like I said, about a year later, the results are undeniable.